Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Baer Live Show and the Indie Spotlight. My name is Baer, and today we're playing Attractio. It's a game by GameCoder Studios, which is a very self-descriptive name for a game design crew. They actually built this on their own in-house engine, which I was impressed with. This is a game, it's a first-person puzzle game. Looks a lot like Magrunner Dark Pulse, actually, which is a game that I indie spotlighted a little while back. Actually, no, it wasn't indie spotlight. That was a barely played video. But it reminds me a lot of that game. It also has some Portal rub-offs on it, of course, due to the nature of what it is. I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys the options menu here real quick. Pretty basic stuff. Well, actually, not that basic stuff, to be totally honest. Lots of quality options. You can also change brightness and contrast, turn on the V-Sync, motion blur, and the depth of field, which is weird. I think this is actually supposed to be swapped here. I believe the depth of field should be the slider and the motion blur should be enabled or disabled, which is kind of interesting. But this is an early access build, so of course there should be, or could be rather, some glitches, some interesting stuff that you may see. I'm also going to go ahead and have to turn the master volume down a touch, I think, here, just to make sure I'm not being totally overwhelmed by anything as we get into this. What's weird about this game, I don't know if this is just my build that I've downloaded, but when you pull this up in the volume mixer on your PC, it has this really weird graphic glitch that only happens with this game. It's so bizarre. But anyway, there's the options for you. I'm going to go ahead and select a level here. So you play as either one of three contestants in what is basically a galaxy-wide game show, and I'm going to show you what I mean by that with the first contestant right here. Welcome to Attractio. Give a warm welcome to our first contestant. His name is Dalek, or Dalek, if you happen to be a Doctor Who fan. I don't know if that's the same spelling. I'm going to assume it is, and probably look like an ass. I'm totally fine with that. Portal plus Minecraft equals way too much free time. Yes, indeed. Yeah, I hope the volume is okay here now. As I said, that weird volume slider issue is kind of wigging me out. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and let you guys in on this here.
Welcome to Attractio. Give a warm welcome to our first contestant, Baer. I'm going to give you instructions so you can stay alive in this reality show.
Yes, it is Dalek, I know. I'm just rubbing you wrong.
By using the W, A, S, and D keys. Also, jump by pressing the spacebar. Give it a try. Follow the blue path.
So, I believe this is a developer from either Portugal or Spain. You can hear the accent pretty heavily. But I think that's intentional with at least this host character. But he's giving you the basics. He's pretty much the host of the game show. As I mentioned, this is something being played on a, I believe it's one of the moons of Mars. Let me actually make sure. Yeah, this is Yes, Dalek, Kier, and Mia were chosen as contestants for the season of Attractio. Each one will have to solve different deadly puzzles using gadgets that allow them to manipulate gravity.
Excellent. Now, crouch by using the left control key.
Yeah, voice acting is not the game's strong suit. I won't sugarcoat it that much. It's kind of bad.
Any button will change the state of all the objects with the same color as the button. Keep that in mind.
It's showing us some.
I guess the colors in this game are key.
In this game, that was a bit of a Freudian slip in the dialogue there. But yeah, the dialogue, the voice acting is not top notch, but it's not really a focal point of the game, I don't think. This is a puzzle game, first-person puzzle game, as I mentioned before, that you're gonna dig if you're into the puzzle scene. And if you're not, this isn't really a game for you, and that's kind of a cop-out that we can use for just about anything, of course. But this is, as I've been getting into it, I found that the puzzles get quite a bit more difficult, and it may just be me being terrible at puzzle games, but I was on the first or second level of the third character, and I was already struggling quite a bit.
Use the box to press the green button.
Of course, we're just doing the basics here and now, so there's not going to be anything particularly crazy. But what I do like about this
that liquid thing is an anti-box barrier.
Is the fact that there are three separate characters. I'm just going to talk over him because he's not really telling you anything that critical. There are three separate characters, and they all have three very different goals, basically. So with the blue guy here, Dalek, for example, he he has the ability, we'll find out very soon, to, well, actually, I'm not sure he has an ability. Let's go ahead and go through this and see if we can find out. But one unique thing about the boxes that you're going to see right here and now is the fact that they sometimes have a different
Check this
gravitational
out.
pull.
Remember that in Attractio, the objects have their own gravity direction. You can easily know the gravity direction of an object by looking at its bright light.
He just told you that right there. So you can see on this side of the box we can find out which way the box will actually fall if we let it go. So normally you'd think it would just like drop as soon as I let it go, but it does that, which is interesting. Hello Yeti Hype, how you doing? So yes, what we want to do here, of course, is put this box on the green button, and then we're going to take this, and normally I wouldn't be able to put a box there, but because we have a box that has a gravitational pull that pulls it in that direction, we can push that button down like so, and be good to go. We've finished level 1 of Dalek. And they include these little actual scientific tidbits down there in the loading screens, which I think is quite adorable.
Our contestant is about to show our anti-rotation technology. Boxes don't rotate inside the entertainment space station. He's going to stack the boxes over the edge and they won't fall.
This is my favorite line right here.
Can rotate. Weird.
Boxes that can't rotate. I'm not sure why he says it that way, but I love it. Alright, we're gonna grab this from here. Took me a little while actually to figure this one out as well. I kept getting killed by the lasers, but there we go.
If you activate a manual button with this symbol, all the boxes within the chamber will return to their original position. You're about to see one of our most amazing technology. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the gravity box. Any box...
This is the gravity
will
box.
change its gravity direction.
All this technology just for a reality show? That's hard to believe.
Mm-hmm. Somebody asked what's better, no voice acting or bad voice acting, and I think I'd prefer bad voice acting in this game in particular, simply because there needs to be someone talking. Like, you can't just have the host of the game show in space just be text on the bottom of the screen. I think having the voice does improve it, albeit it might be with some reticence that I say that. So... oh, someone actually asked me to do this. Want me to put the box in front of me and let it go. Let's see what happens. I'm powerful enough to stop a gravity box. Good to know. That actually comes into play later. Yeah, so this is one of the critical components to the game here. We can see that this box right here changes the gravitational flow of the boxes that it touches. So, for example, if we did that, it would touch it that way, or if we did that, then it sends it going like that. So, what we want to do is go like this. We want to set this gravity box down here, and we can see that there is actually a red button over there on the ceiling. So we're going to pick this one up, and we're going to touch it to the top of this box right there, and then let it go, and we go like that. So it's very interesting. It's a I've not seen something quite like this. Again, it reminds me a little bit of Magrunner in the sense of the puzzle mechanics, but I haven't seen something exactly like this in a puzzle game. So I enjoy it, and there's even more to it beyond this first character. There's 2 more characters that each have their own unique abilities and ways that they can manipulate gravity. So I think I'm going to be done with Dalek's first rooms here pretty soon. Should be able to switch over to one of the other 2 characters. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and save this puzzle for you to figure it out on your own. Let's go ahead and go over to Mia, the first of the red chambers, like this. I like that you can go ahead and just swap between them at your will, too. If you ever want to, like, replay a level, it's pretty easy to do so. Do you want to build a snowman? You prefer no voice acting, really? Yeah, it definitely depends on the game. That's the opinion I have of it as well. Just something like this, it kind of necessitates voice acting. And
We are now in the red chambers. Mia is in the first chamber and she's ready for a lot of jumps.
she is.
Tell me where to go.
Whoa, take it easy, Mia. Please, advance to the next chamber. We have something there for you. I present to you the Attractio gravity boost. With this, you'll be able to change your gravity between up and down. Use them wisely, unless you want a deadly fall.
Oh, man.
Please take the boots.
They can be gems sometimes for
Press
sure.
Shift key and then activate the manual button to advance to the next chamber.
So I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a warning here. This may induce a lot of vertigo and motion sickness, this particular part of the game, so be aware of that as I'm about to do it right now. And that's a mechanic that I like the idea behind it,
Also use the boots when
but
you're
I
in
feel
the
like
air.
the
But you
execution
need to be on the floor to
is
activate it.
far too conducive to causing motion sickness or just otherwise feelings of nausea. Because, like, wow, that is... I mean, I don't have any ideas of how to do it better, so I can't really make a valid criticism of it in that respect. But at the same time, I get really, really motion sick pretty quickly when I'm doing this particular area of the game, or at least all of Mia's rooms. If you look down like that, it's not so terrible, but it can get pretty bad, as I mentioned. So the objective here, of course, is to move the gravity box onto this this block right here. To do that, I believe we have to shift its gravitational pull, although I don't quite recall if there's a way to do that. I'm going to have to jump down here to grab it again, of course. And let's see if there's a way to go over here and make it happen. Oh, I think I remember now, actually. So, gotta go like this. And then we stand on the button here, and then we just let it go all the way over to the other side. There we go, now we got it. Beautiful. Radiating lava 2 OP. I know it's beautiful, isn't it? Looks like gelatinous gelatin. It's delicious. I want to eat some. Alright. Oh, that's right. Here we go. Very good. So yeah, this is Mia's unique trait. And we also find these little data discs on occasion that'll just give me some information, some backstory on the characters. I find this particularly interesting. Dalek is an inmate of the private prison of the Europa Moon. No one knows why he was arrested. That's what they tell you in the story. When you get your first cutscene for Dalek, it says, no one knows why he was arrested. It's like, I feel like the police might know, if you ask them. But, of course, they're just trying to drum up controversy.
Very tough. I was sent to catch him a few years ago. He insisted that he was innocent. Who cares? Only another Earthling pig.
I actually don't mind the actress for Mia. I think she's one of the better ones, but nothing particularly stellar either. That little blip that you just saw pop up on the top there, that's actually my viewer count, so welcome 314 million people. Glad you could make it out to the show tonight. No, this is just the... I like the interface that they give you. Like, it makes you feel like you're actually competing in a game show, which is neat. But of course, this is just another little platforming mechanic here. We're just gonna make our way up, and I think I need to get over there to that... oh god, well that was a terrible decision. I'm gonna make my way over to the box and grab this thing, if I can. And I gotta try to change the direction if I can. Actually, I don't think I need to. Let's see if I can make my way back. Yep, I see. I see where we're going with this. Okay. Right there. Perfect. Alright.
Ha! Come on. I need something harder.
Too easy. You got modded, yes sir. Thank you for taking care of that in the
case you
chat.
missed it, any button interacts with every object of its color inside the chamber. If there's a door and a few lasers of the same color, the button will interact with all of them.
Whoa. Whoa, uh-oh. What just happened? Oh my god, my driver... Well, that was terrible. So, out of sheer horror, before I begin playing this again, I'm gonna go ahead and call it good here. I know this is kind of hilarious for me to still recommend this based on what just happened, but I had some kind of driver failure that I've never had before I booted this game up. So, I'm gonna stop playing it now, and I'm gonna hope that I can address this issue with the developer and ask what's going on. But, still, I recommend it. Because this is of course just a build problem. I'm sure it's just a glitch that they need to work out. Something having to do with my streaming software, maybe. I don't know if that would be impacting it. But I am going to stop here. I was going to show you guys the third character, but I'm pretty terrified to go any further. So this is going to be where we end off for the Indie Spotlight. Thanks so much for watching. Check out the link down in the description below. You can vote for this on Steam Greenlight. You can also pick it up on the official website right now. So I do still recommend it, with the caveat of there may be crashing issues that they need to address. So we'll probably shoot a note over to the dev, let them know what just happened here. But yeah, that's going to be it for the Indie Spotlight. Thanks so much for tuning in, guys. I'll see you next time.